Foundation, an ambitious series designed to adapt Isaac Asimov's series of books of the same name for the streaming screen.
A series of books that many said were unfilmable.
They've had to make changes for sure.
Changes that have annoyed fans of the book series.
That's putting it mildly. That's always going to be an issue for any adaptation. But for myself, I really enjoyed the first season, but the second was, overall, a disappointment.
So, will Season 3 be a return to form?
Only one way to find out. The way this series is designed makes it tricky to follow, as each season focuses on a specific moment in time centuries apart.
Which means, don't get too attached to most characters.
Although at the same time, our main characters are able to bridge the decades-long divide thanks to digital recreation, hibernation, cloning and such.
Although not all of them make it.
Yeah, I wasn't happy when we lost one of those characters last season.
It's a lesson in not getting too attached.
So with that in mind, here we are for Season 3, set 152 years after the events of Season 2.
The time when the third crisis is about to befall Empire.
And the show wastes no time immediately introducing us to the Mule.
A psychic of immense power who wants to destroy both Empire and the growing Foundation. And looking at what he achieved in the first scene, I have no idea how he's going to be stopped.
It sets the stakes.
Okay, well, the stakes are actually set through narration. A load of narration. Like the planet the Mule just conquered without him firing a single shot is Calgan, a crucial neutral planet for both Empire and Foundation. And then we get more narration explaining the state of play.
Well, we've got to be caught up to speed as there's been such a huge gap between seasons, McCluck. But I agree. This episode primarily focuses on setting the scene for the forthcoming story.
And I know it's been a while since last season aired. Nearly 2 years. That's nuts. But was the show always so graphically violent? I mean, the destruction of the army at the start, I felt, was more gory than it should have been. Unnecessarily so, I might add.
Let's hope it's not the shape of things to come. It would put me off too were that the case. Part of the exposition is reacquainting ourselves with the Cleon clones, and I really like that we're seeing a different side to them.
The most freaky aspect of them was last season, when all three had to be revived at the same time, and they all awakened in exactly the same way. Freaky. Can't trust clones.
These clones have always been used to explore the difference between nature and nurture within the show, but now, all three behave quite differently. We meet Dawn a few days from becoming day, Dusk getting obsessed with his impending end.
It was interesting seeing the recordings of all the previous Dusks in their final moments.
And here again, we saw that although they may be clones, their reactions aren't the same. Some step in willingly, while others try to run away.
They're always stopped.
They are, and they know that, but it doesn't stop them from trying. And then there's Day, who seems to spend all his time enjoying himself.
It's good we're finally seeing Dawn as he's supposed to be, getting ready to take on his position as Emperor. In the last 2 seasons, he was always the one who was unsure or who was unknowingly manipulated by outside forces.
Hold on there, McCluck. We've no idea how this season will actually evolve.
True, but a little variety, as it's hinted at here, is most appreciated. The tricky part is, we've no idea as of yet who will be this season's main supporting characters. I mean, outside of Gale, Harry, Demerzel, and the Emperors, of course. Well, there's possibly Ebling Miz, the guy who's played by Alexander Siddig.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, possibly. Bit of a wet character if you ask me. But I groaned when they spent time pointing out that he's played by the same actor of a previous character we saw in Season 1. Okay, he's the same actor. So what? Why make a point that there's a family resemblance?
It was only a sentence, McCluck.
Well, it was one sentence too many for me.
And there's possibly Pritchard.
Yeah, so that's potentially 2. Although, if Pritchard's going to look for the Mule, I don't think he'll live long.
That is true. Okay, one aspect of the show I didn't like, especially in Season 2, was the godlike actions and impossible technology held by the digital copy of Harry Seldon. Like, he knows everything somehow.
Thanks to his mathematical predictions.
Yeah, but for me it undermined the stakes in a big way. So I did like that in this instance, psychohistory can't predict what's going to happen, and we've got 4 months to avert what could potentially be the extinction of mankind.
So, no pressure then.
The Mule feels unstoppable.
Unless you kill him in his sleep.
Yeah, that would be one way indeed. And the crisis is bigger than expected. The stage is set, the players are in play.
Or are just waking up.
So this one felt a bit like a spare episode in a way. Hoping we'll get on with the actual story in the next one. These were our thoughts on Foundation's A Song for the End of Everything. Do let us know what you think in the comments, and if you like what we do,
and how we do it, and you feel you'd like to help us out,
please consider joining our Patreon.
As long as you can afford it, of course. We'll leave a link to it in the description and pinned comment.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.